AM 1450 KBPS presents live PIL basketball. Now with all the action, let's go courtside with the KBPS student sportscasting crew.
And welcome into Roosevelt High School, the site of tonight's PIL game on AM 1450 KBPS. Hi everybody, I'm Dylan Berichon bringing you the play-by-play action. And tonight's game features the Senators of Madison High School taking on the Rough Riders of Roosevelt High School. This game features a couple of middle-of-the-pack PIL teams as far as the playoff positioning is concerned. The standings at the moment have Wilson leading the league, and these are all records in league play. Wilson is 5-0. Cleveland is right behind him at 3-1. And then these Madison Senators and Roosevelt Rough Riders are neck and neck in the 3 and 4 spot, with Madison coming in with a league record of 3-2. Roosevelt is 2-2. Now, the Senators come into this game with an overall record of 8-6, so they're above 500. And after starting the season, having lost 4 of their first 5 games, they won 4 in a row, have not lost 2 in a row since. And looking at their schedule, they've won 7 of their last 9 games. The Rough Riders come into this game with an overall record of 5-11. And they have had some losing streaks this year. They've lost 4 games in a row at one point. They've lost 3 games twice. And they come into tonight's game after losing to Thurston by a final score of 60-26. You better believe that game's going to be in the memories of the Roosevelt Rough Riders, and they're hoping to come out and play a little bit better. Starting lineups for your game this evening. First for the visiting Senators, they will start Fartun Osman, Leah Whitmore, Helen Kavapalu, Tamara Thompson, and Daphne Kawamoto. The Rough Riders will start Livia Strandberg, Natalie Walters, Jenny Sipaloa, Ashley Brady, and Natasha Green. The Senators are coached by Erica Spencer, and the Rough Riders are coached by Nike Green. That's going to do it for our pregame show. Tip-off is just a few minutes away, and we invite you to stay tuned for that. It's the Madison Senators and the Roosevelt Rough Riders girls basketball this evening, here on the voice of the Portland Public Schools, AM 1450 KBPS. To PIL basketball on AM 1450 KBPS. I'm Dylan Berichon bringing you all the play-by-play action. It's the Madison Senators and the Roosevelt Rough Riders, the girls edition of Hoops here on AM 1450 KBPS, coming to you live from Roosevelt High School. Rough Riders are going to start strong. Strandberg, Walters, Sipaloa, Brady, Green. The Senators start Osmond, Whitmore, Kavapalu, Thompson, and Kawamoto. And the opening tip is won by the Senators, but controlled by the Rough Riders, and they control moving from left to right across your radio dial. Here's Brady. Throws it near side, Sipaloa. Sipaloa, cross-court pass, in and out of the hands of Brady. She's able to track it down in front of the Madison bench. Now Green. Green throws it over to Brady, back to Green. Green between the rings to Brady. Three-pointer on the way, around and off. And the rebound taken down by the Senators as Kavapalu digs it out of the sky. Throws the ball ahead to Kawamoto. She outlets it to Thompson. Far side pass to Whitmore is out of her hands and out of bounds. That's the first turnover of the game on either side. No score, just underway here at Roosevelt High School. And the Lady Rough Riders have the ball back. Inbound to Green. Natasha will slowly bring it into the front court. Gets it across midcourt. Going up against Osmond. Bounces a pass. Near side to Sipaloa. She drives from the left elbow. Picks it up. Throws it behind her to Green. Swing it around the horn. Underneath the basket. It's Strandberg. Now Green. A long two off the back iron. No good. And the rebound taken down by the Senators as Kawamoto. Tamara Thompson, draws contact. And that foul is going to be on Jenny Sipaloa. That's her first foul on either side here on the Rough Riders. No score. 7:04 left in the first quarter of play. Here's Whitmore with it. Whitmore throws it to Osmond. Osmond to the basket, up off the glass and in. Fartoon Osmond scores the game's first 2 points, and the Senators lead 2-0. Roosevelt's on the attack. Walters with it. Walters bounces it off of the foot of Kavapalu and out of bounds. It'll stay with the Rough Riders. 6:45 left opening quarter of play. Natalie Walters throws it in. They lob the ball underneath into Strandberg. She can't track it down, but Brady's able to get it. She puts up a floater from the far side baseline. That doesn't go. Rebound loose on the floor and out of bounds to the Rough Riders. Roosevelt maintains possession. 2-0 is the score. The Senators lead the Rough Riders. Rough Riders with the ball, inbounding under their own basket. Green throws it in off the hands of Kavapalu and tipped away and stolen. The Rough Riders have a turnover of their own now. And the ball poked out of bounds. It'll stay with Madison. Substitution quickly for the Rough Riders as Ada Jackson checks into the game for the first time. She's going to come in for Olivia Strandberg. Not even 2 minutes into the game, and we already have a substitution. Here's an outlet pass, the Senators to Whitmore. Whitmore trying to find Thompson. Thompson hit the deck, collided with Sipaloa, and the ball goes out of bounds to the Rough Riders. Senators' second turnover. Walters to throw it in. Walters throws it into Green. Green across midcourt. Going up against Kawamoto, who pokes it away. It's loose on the floor. Dug out. Green has it. Floater in the lane. No good. The rebound taken down by Osmond. And the Senators outlet the ball out to Thompson. Thompson, head of steam, to the basket, lays it up, short. And the rebound taken down by the Rough Riders. Here's Walters with it. Walters throws it ahead. Sipaloa. Sipaloa. Brady now. Bounce pass up top to Green. Green being guarded by Osmond. She's double teamed as Madison shows a 2-3 zone. Here comes Brady driving, trying to break the zone. They hand off to Walters. Up top, Green. Green being guarded by Osmond. Swinging around the horn. Here's Sipaloa driving. She's double teamed. Ball goes out of bounds off of the foot of Helen Kavapalu, so the ball will stay with the Rough Riders. 5:47 left in the opening quarter of play. The ball went actually out of the arena into where the concessions area is, and one of the concessions workers came to throw the ball back into the arena. Kind of funny. Here's Green with the ball. Far side pass. 3 on the way from Brady. It's short. And Kavapalu, the rebound for the Senators. Throws to Kawamoto. Kawamoto outlet pass to no one in particular and straight out of bounds. Whitmore was trying to track it down, but there was just too much mustard on that hot dog. It's the third turnover on the Senators. 2-0 is the score. Madison leading Roosevelt with 5:36 left in the opening quarter play. And again, the ball leaves the arena. This time it on the opposite end of the floor. The ball went down the stairwell into the locker rooms, and Jenny Sipaloa ran down the stairs to go retrieve it. And the ball on the inbounds pass is poked out of bounds by, that would be Kawamoto getting a hand on it. So the ball stays with the Rough Riders. They'll inbound now on the far side of the floor, just underneath the opponent's basket. So they're in the backcourt. Here's a bad inbounds pass. Straight out of bounds. Walters was trying to find Brady, but she was nowhere to be found. That's the second turnover on the Rough Riders. Madison has their first substitution of the game. They're going to bring in Keisha Briggs. Briggs comes in for Tamara Thompson, who sits down having not scored. Whitmore into Osmond. 3 on the way. It's an air ball. And the rebound taken down by the Rough Riders. Still loose on the floor, and it's stolen away. 2 on the way is good for Leah Whitmore. Her first 2. And we have a foul called in the backcourt. 4-0 is your score. Madison leading Roosevelt. Daphne Kawamoto picks up her first foul. That's the first foul on the Senators. Rough Riders inbound in the backcourt. Walters throws it in to Brady. Brady picks up the dribble in the backcourt, needs help, lobs it ahead to Jackson. Now here's Green across midcourt. Green going up against Kawamoto. Near side pass to Cipoloa. They tries to dump it down low to Jackson, can't handle it. Ball loose on the floor and out of bounds too. Officials have yet to signal. It'll stay with the Rough Riders. Walters to throw it in. Walters looks, lobs it towards the backcourt. It's tipped away, loose on the floor. Anybody's ball and dug out. Out of bounds to the Rough Riders. On the far side, just a bad inbounds pass. It happens. So Walters will try again, this time in front of the scoreboard, or the scorer's table. Here's the inbounds pass. It gets in the hands of Brady after being deflected. Brady to the basket. Her shot blocked by Kavapalu. And she pulls down the rebound to Osmond coming into the front court. She'll slow things down. Osmond throws it to Whitmore. Whitmore, cross-court pass up top. Kawamoto thought about a three. Instead, she steps into a foul line jumper around and off. And the rebound taken down by the Rough Riders. Here's Jackson outletting it out to Brady. Across midcourt. Brady still with the ball. Her team trailing 4-0. Senators lead the Rough Riders. Rough Riders have the ball. Brady with it. Now she throws it into the far corner. Here's Green. Picks it up. Throws it up top to Cipoloa. Circling from the near side, far side to the near side. And into the hands of Brady. Up top, here's Walters. Back to Brady. A long two on the way is good for the Roosevelt Rough Riders' first 2 points. Ashley Brady with her first 2. And the score is now 4-2. Madison with the lead in the ball. Here is Whitmore under the basket, laying it in on a nice give and go from Osmond. She has 4 points. She's the game's leading scorer and restores a 4-point lead for the Senators at 6-2. And coming the other way, outlet pass is poked out of bounds. Ball stays with the Rough Riders. Coming back into the game for the Senators is Tamara Thompson. She was an original starter. She's going to come in for Leah Whitmore, who sits down with 4 points. The game's leading scorer on the bench. Green slaps the ball. You could hear it. Looking to get it in. Green throws the ball into Cipoloa. She puts up a floater from the left elbow. It's no good, but the rebound taken down by Ada Jackson. And the Rough Riders have another shot. Here's Green with it, far side. Steps into a long two. It's long. And the rebound taken down by Cipoloa. It goes up, doesn't get it to go. And on the rebound, a foul is called. And it's going to be an over and back. Foul will be on Green. That's her first. And the second team foul on the Rough Riders. Wait a second here. Helen Kavapalu committed that foul. That's her first. And at the line shooting 2 is Ada Jackson. The first one is up and good. So Natasha Green with no fouls. I stand corrected. Officials pointed one way, and I thought they'd signaled 23. Second free throw is good for Jackson. I'm sitting opposite of the scorer's table tonight, which is an unusual vantage point for us. 6-4 is your score, and an offensive foul is called on Thompson. That's her first player control foul. That'll be the second team foul on the Senators. Third, excuse me. And that's the fourth turnover on Madison. 6-4 is the score. Madison leading Roosevelt. 3:38 left first quarter. The Roosevelt Rough Riders have the ball. Cipolo will bring it into the front court. No, she throws behind her to Walters. Walters crosses the court into Brady. Brady picks it up. Bounces a pass to Jackson, and she packed the suitcase and went on vacation. That's a treble. Third turnover on the Rough Riders. Madison gets the ball back, leading by 2 at 6-4. 3:27 left, first quarter. Here's Thompson with it. Thompson bounce pass off of the leg of Green and out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Senators. 3:23 left, first quarter. Thompson to throw it in. Thompson looking to dish. Thompson throws it into Kavapalu. Puts up a shot. It is good. Kavapalu's first 2 points, and it's now a 4-point lead for the Senators at 8-4. Here is Walters. Sweeping hook shot, no good. Rebound taken down by Jackson. She tries a shot. That doesn't go, and the rebound to Thompson. And the Senators come the other way. Here comes Kawamoto. Ball poked away. Stolen by Green. Green into the front court. Lays it up and in off the glass. Natasha Green's first 2 points, and the Rough Riders are within 2. A tip steal. Walters to the basket. Draws the foul. On the floor. No shot coming, but forcing the turnover. Madison is up to 5. That foul is on Tamara Thompson. That's her second. And Green will inbound. Green inbounding underneath their own basket. Bounces it in and out of bounds. Poked out of bounds by Keisha Briggs. So Green will inbound. Green, two-handed outlet pass is a dangerous one, but it's tracked down by Jackson. Green takes a three on the near side. It's good. Natasha Green now is the game's leading scorer with 5 points, and the Rough Riders have their first lead of the game at 9-8. 2:29 left in the first quarter, and coming the other way, a foul is called. Call that foul on, let's see, that's on Natasha Green. That's her first. Second team foul, and the Senators will inbound right in front of us. Here's Whitmore. Throws it into Osmond. She takes a shot, an air ball straight out of bounds. Missed everything there. So the Rough Riders have the ball back. Here's Cipoloa bringing it to the front court. Outlet pass ahead to Green. Green head of steam. Puts up a shot off the bottom of the backboard. No good. Kawamoto the rebound. Outlet pass ahead to Whitmore. She throws it behind her. Tipped away and stolen by Jackson. No, out of bounds as Briggs jumped into the passing lane and tipped it out of bounds. Nice hustle shown by her, even though it didn't result in a turnover. So Roosevelt has the ball. They come the other way. Here's Brady with it. Brady underneath the basket into the hands of Cipoloa. Lays it up. Doesn't go. The rebound loose on the floor and out of bounds to the Rough Riders. Ball went off the hands of Keisha Briggs. And Roosevelt will keep with 1:55 left in the opening quarter of play. Sub now for the Rough Riders. They're going to bring in Tori Eaglestaff for the first time. Eaglestaff's going to come in for Natalie Walters, who sits down having not scored. Here's Brady to throw it in. Brady quick inbounds to Cipoloa. Long two is an air ball. Short. The ball out of bounds to the Rough Riders. Went off the hands of Briggs. Got to get two hands on it there. 1:50 left in the first quarter. And the Senators trailing for the first time tonight at 9-8. Here's Green. A left elbow jumper off the glass and in. She's got 7 points. And she's now the game's leading scorer with that many. Increases the Rough Riders' lead. 11-8 is the score. 1:35 left. Here's a tip steal. A bad pass. The ball loose and turned right back over. So back-to-back turnovers for both sides. Here's Kawamoto. Steps into a three. Top of the arc. It's short and straight out of bounds. Hit the lip of the rim and went out of bounds on the far side of the floor. End of the game for Roosevelt comes Livia Strandberg. She comes back in. She comes in for, that would be Ada Jackson, who sits down having scored two. Green has the ball after the inbound. She throws it to Brady to bring it across midcourt. Brady driving, loses the ball. Osmond pokes it away. It's loose, and Kavapalu digs it out. Shovel pass is right into the hands of Brady. She steals it back. Brady underneath into Eaglestaff. She lays it up, doesn't go, but draws the foul. So again, back-to-back turnovers. Madison's up to 8. Rough Riders are up to 5. And the foul is going to be on Fartun Osmond. That's her first. And the 5th team foul on the Senators. So Eaglestaff's at the line to shoot 2. Just checked into the game. First free throw on the way is good. Ellie McGuire comes into the game for the first time tonight for Roosevelt. Second free throw off the back iron, no good. And the rebound, and she gets it back, puts it up off the glass too hard. And the rebound's loose to the floor, dug out by the Senators. Here comes Whitmore into the front court, head of steam, to the basket, lays it up short. And the rebound taken down by the Rough Riders. Here's Strandberg with it. Strandberg throws it across the court to Brady. Brady has it far side. Brady going up against Osmond. Brady takes a pick from Eaglestaff. Bounces a pass underneath into Brady, and her shot is blocked by Kavapalu in the ball. Or a foul is called, and we're going to go the other way. That foul is going to be on Ellie McGuire. That's her first. Sorry, that's Cipoloa. That's her second. It's tough for me to see what the officials are calling from where I'm sitting. 12-8 is the score. The Rough Riders lead the Senators. Here's a bad outlet pass. Kavapalu throws it nearly out of bounds, but it's tipped, though, by Brady. So the ball will stay with the Rough Riders. Or, I'm sorry, with the Senators. 31 seconds left in the first quarter. Kavapalu to inbound. Kavapalu bounces it into Kawamoto. Kawamoto drives around the defense. Lady Rough Riders showing a 2-3 zone. Cross-court pass. Here's Whitmore. Long three on the way. Off the back iron. No good. Rebound underneath Kawamoto. I'm sorry, that's Briggs. She lays it in. Keisha Briggs, first 2 points. There's 12 seconds left in the first quarter. And the Rough Riders have the 2-point lead in the ball. 12-10 is the score. Here's Brady with it. 4 seconds left. Here's a left elbow jumper on the way from Eaglestaff, no good, and that's the end of the first quarter, where your score after one is 12-10. Roosevelt leading Madison. We'll be back with second quarter action after this on AM 1450. AM 1450, KBPS. For the majority of that first quarter, Madison had the lead 12-10. We will begin the second period of play with the Senators with the ball. Comes to Kawamoto. Near side pass, Osmond. Three on the way is off the mark. And the rebound loose on the floor and a foul called on the rebound. Loose ball foul. Kavapalu came together with Eaglestaff, and Eaglestaff gets hit with that foul. That's her first. Fourth team foul on the Rough Riders. Senators keep the ball. Kawamoto has it now between the rings. Throws across court to Osmond. Back to Kawamoto. Kawamoto directing traffic. Picks it up. Wanted to throw it to Whitmore, but thinks better of it. Throws it into the near corner to Osmond. Bounces it off of her foot. Loose on the floor. She gets it back. Foul line floater on the way is good. Fortune Osmond making something out of nothing there. And she ties the game at 12 with 7:30 left in the second quarter. Roosevelt comes the other way. McGuire throws a dangerous pass in the lane and out of bounds to... Well, the official didn't signal. Into the game for the Rough Riders comes Natalie Walters returning, coming in for Ellie McGuire. Ball will stay with the Rough Riders. The official, for whatever reason, is not signaling clearly which side gets the ball. He just kind of holds his hand up. Green to inbound, and she commits a 5-second violation. I was waiting for that to happen. Just took a little too long. And it results in the sixth turnover on the Rough Riders. There's Osmond with it in the front court now for the Senators. Osmond, far side, picks it up. Kavapalu behind her. Throws it to Kawamoto. Kawamoto tries a crossover dribble. Into the far corner. Osmond, three on the way, is off the mark. And the rebound taken down by Briggs. Briggs throws it to Whitmore. Whitmore turns around. Up top to Kavapalu. Thought about a three. Instead, she'll throw it to Kawamoto behind her. Kawamoto bounces it to Kavapalu. Loose. She fumbles it away out of bounds to the Rough Riders. That is the ninth turnover on the Senators. We're all tied up at 12 with 6:49 left in the first half. And Roosevelt has the ball. Here comes Green into the front court. Green, head of steam, bounces the ball out of bounds off of the hands of Kawamoto, so the ball will stay with the Rough Riders. And you can hear Walters inbounding right in front of us on the right side of your stereo receiver at home. Back into the game for the Senators comes Tamara Thompson. She's going to check in for Kawamoto. Here's an inbounds into Brady. Brady has it. Brady takes a pick from Eaglestaff to the basket. Handoff to Walters up top. Here's Strandberg with it. Strandberg to Green. Throws it to Walters. Walters finds herself open for a three. Missed everything. Rebound underneath the basket is put up and in by Brady. She's got 4 points, and it gives Roosevelt the lead at 14-12. And an intercepted pass as Strandberg stepped into it and tipped it to a teammate. 10th turnover on the Senators. Here's Brady. A long three on the way. She steps in two. It's long. Rebound out of bounds too. The ball, the official says the ball goes to Madison. Wait, the officials are going to come together here. It was off of the foot of Thompson. So I think they're going to change the call. The two officials came together. One official holds his hand up and says, no, we got this, don't worry. And they are correcting the call. No, they're not? Oh, okay. Mistakes happen, that's okay. It's a part of the game. Kavapalu's going to take a seat here, and into the game for the Senators comes Alesga Portis for the first time tonight. Here's Thompson with it in the front court. Thompson has it far side. She picks it up. She needs help. She's double-teamed. Throws it behind her to Briggs. Briggs still with the ball. Briggs is driving now on Strandberg, and a foul called, probably on Strandberg, as those two came together. It is. That's her first. And that will be the 6th team foul on the Rough Riders. Or the 5th, excuse me. Let's see. Yep, I got him with 5. Osmond inbound underneath the Senators' basket. Osmond throws it into Whitmore. Up top, Thompson. Thompson back to Whitmore. 3 on the way from Osmond is good. Take enough of them, and eventually they'll go down. It gives the lead back to the Senators at 15-14, but then Cherry picking at the other end as Strandberg lays it up and in on an outlet pass. Her first 2 points, and the lead right back to the Rough Riders at 16-15. And an attempted tip steal here from Walters, but she bumped into Thompson. And that foul is going to be her first 16 foul on the Rough Riders. Walters with her first. Inbounding on the near side right in front of us is Whitmore. Whitmore throws it into Thompson. Thompson takes a pick from Osmond to the basket, lays it up, short. Rebound taken down by the Rough Riders. And here comes Brady into the front court. Brady dribbling with the left hand. Picks it up. Nice two-handed pass now to Green. Green still with it. Green begins the left-handed dribble. Switches to the right. She's moving back and forth. Now she throws it over to Eaglestaff. Far corner pass. Walters 3 on the way. Around and in. It finally fell down the drain. Wow, that was a wild shot. Her first 3 points. 4-point lead now for the Rough Riders at 19-15. Madison with the ball, though. Here's Briggs with it. Briggs is triple teamed. Somebody's got to be open. She throws it to Thompson. Tamara with it, being guarded by Brady. She'll circle around, tries to drive on Brady, gets around her, loses the ball. Taken away. Here's Strandberg. Outlet pass ahead to Walters. To the basket. She lays it up and off. She got ahead of herself there. And the rebound taken down, and the Senators turn it right back over. Foul called. No shot. But Strandberg's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Madison's up to 12 turnovers. That foul is on Alesga Portis. That's her first. And the 6th team foul on the Senators. So Strandberg's at the line to shoot 2. Both sides are going to be shooting free throws for the rest of this half on fouls. Strandberg's first free throw up. High arcer is in. Boy, that thing almost touched the rafters here. End of the game for the Senators. Kawamoto returns, and Osmond's going to take a seat. Brady takes a seat, and let's see, Cipollo comes back into the game for the Rough Riders. Second free throw no good, but the rebound taken down by the Rough Riders. Here is layup and in for Olivia Strandberg. Sorry, that was Ada Jackson checking in, not Cipolloa before. 22-15 is your score. The Rough Riders lead the Senators. Here's Thompson to the basket, lays it up short. And Jackson, outlet pass ahead to Green. Oh, it's just too hot to handle. And out of bounds to the Senators. The right idea, just not executed quite right. We're going to have a timeout called here by, let's see, that'll be out by Madison. See if it's a full or 30. It's a full timeout. We'll go ahead and take a break. With 4:02 left in the first half, the Rough Riders lead the Senators 22-15. Back after this on AM 1450 KBPS Portland.
McGruff, the crime dog, here with my nephew Scruff. Here's the address for my new free comic activity book.
Scruff McGruff, Chicago, Illinois, 60652. Scruff McGruff, Chicago, Illinois, 60652.
It shows kids what to do about guns and drugs and bullies and strangers. And it's got games and puzzles, too. Write it down now.
Scruff McGruff, Chicago, Illinois, 60652.
A public service message from this station, the U.S. Department of Justice, the Crime Prevention Coalition, and the Ad Council.
You to check out our website, kbps.am. If you're listening on a traditional radio, you can stream us online. The sound quality is really terrific, and it's in stereo. check it out at www.kbps.am. You can also find a broadcast schedule of our basketball games. So if you're curious about which games are coming up, that's the way to find it. kbps.am. The Senators have the ball after their timeouts. Quick three from Whitmore. Hit the rim short. Thompson the rebound. She puts up a shot. That doesn't go. Kavapalu gets it. She lays it up. It's too hard. Ball loose on the floor. A jump ball is called, and the arrow points to the Rough Riders. All right, some confusion there. Checking into the game for Roosevelt comes Ashley Brady. She's going to come in for Tori Eaglestaff, who sits down having scored a single point after she split a pair of free throws. Here's Walters with it to Green. They have to hurry to get it across midcourt. She just does. Avoids the 10-second violation. Green still with it. Green being guarded by Whitmore. Picks it up. Now she throws it over to Brady on the baseline. Brady back to Green, far side. She got Whitmore in the air. Takes a foul line jumper, has left it short. The rebound underneath, taken down by Jackson, and she lays it in. Ada Jackson with 4 points, and it's a 9-point lead for the Rough Riders. And a tip steal. Here is Strandberg with it. She throws it to Green on the Senators' 13th turnover. Let's see if the Rough Riders can capitalize. If they get a bucket here, they'll be up by double digits. It's a 9-point lead for them now. Here's Brady. She throws it to Strandberg, driving to the basket, lays it up. But no foul, or no shot on the foul, as the foul happened before the shot. It could be on any one of a number of players. It's on Kavapalu. That's her second. And the 7th team foul on the Senators.
7th team foul.
So at the line to shoot 1-1 is Olivia Strandberg. Taking her time. First free throw on the way. A high arcer is good, so one more coming for her. .256 left first half. It's now a 10-point lead for the Rough Riders at 25-15 with one more free throw coming for Olivia Strandberg, who was fouled on the floor. Second one on the way is good as well. Olivia Strandberg hits a pair, and the Rough Riders now lead by 11 points at 26-15. Here's Osmond underneath into breaks. Sweeping hook shot is a little long. She gets her own rebound back, though. Throws behind her and into the hands of Walters. Another turnover. Walters has the ball poked out of her hands and saved in play, though. To the basket. She lays it up and in. Walters with her 5th points. Off of the Senators' 14th turnover. 28-15 is your score. 3 on the way from Osmond is good. That is a big shot. It gives her 10 points in the contest, and it makes it a 10-point lead. Here's Walters with it. Her team ahead 28-18. 2:15 left in the first half. To Brady. Brady driving. Baseline jumper. Way off the mark. The rebound underneath taken down by Strandberg. She lays it up. That doesn't go. Gets it back. Walters' 3 is long. And the rebound to Jackson off her hands and out of bounds. But it'll stay with the Rough Riders. Again, that official is not showing which side has the ball. You're one of the fans shouting about that. Also, Green, crossover dribble, 3 on the way, no good. And the rebound taken down by Walters. And the Lady Rough Riders have it again with 1:50 left in the first half. Here's Green with it. Green throws it up top into the hands of Strandberg. Now to Walters, driving the baseline. To the basket, she goes and draws contact. Fouled on the floor. 1-and-1 free throws coming for her. Another foul on Kavapalu. That's her 3rd. And the 8th-team foul on the Senators. She's going to have to come take a seat here. Eliska Portis is going to check in for her. So Walters, they say, was fouled in the act of shooting. I didn't see that, but 2 free throws coming for her. First one on the way. It's the rim, but falls through anyway. Natalie Walters now with 6 points. So Eliska comes in for Kavapalu, and then into the game for Strandberg comes Sipaloa. Second free throw is a little short. Actually, it's Eaglestaff checking in for the Rough Riders. Rebound to the Senators. They lead this game 29-18. Here's Thompson. Can't handle the pass, and it goes out of bounds right into the Lady Rough Riders bench. But he had to kind of clear out of the way. 15 turnovers on the Senators compared to the Rough Riders 6. And that's a big reason why they have this big lead here in the second quarter. 1 minute, 25 seconds left, second period of play. Here's Walters with the far side. Throws it underneath into Brady. Her shot hit the side of the backboard. The rebound taken down by Jackson. She lays it up, doesn't go, but draws foul. A foul. Kawamoto gets hit with her second. It's the 19th foul on the Senators. At the line to shoot, too, is Ada Jackson. She's got 4 points already. Her first trip to the foul line this evening. First free throw. Dips the knees. It's on the way. It's good. So the Senators are going to have some work to do. They started this game off well. Second free throw on the way. That one is short, but rims around and off. Almost went down anyway. And the rebound to the Senators. Outlet pass ahead. Osmond has it. Osmond bounces to Thompson. Cutting the basket, draws a foul. That foul will be on either Jackson or Eaglestaff. One of those two. They call the foul on Eaglestaff. That's her second. 17th foul, and 1-on-1 free throws now coming for Tamara Thompson. She's shooting 2. She was fouled on a shot attempt. First one, around and in. Tamara Thompson's first point of the game. So for the Rough Riders, Eaglestaff takes a seat, and Strandberg comes back into the game. Eaglestaff having scored a single point. Second free throw is up and no good. A little short for Thompson. And the rebound to the Lady Rough Riders. Here's Strandberg. She throws it over to Brady. Brady takes a pick from Jackson. Far side pass, Green. She's open for 3. In and out. Halfway down, but wouldn't stay down. And the center is the outlet pass to Thompson. She's by herself. But will Jackson catch her? She goes to the basket and lays it in. Tamara Thompson's first field goal. And it cuts the lead to 9 at 30-21. Roosevelt with the ball, though. They lead this game by 9. 34 seconds left, first half. Here's Brady with it. Brady wants a pick from Strandberg. Now she throws it to Strandberg, trying to roll off the pick. Back to Brady, to the basket. She loses it. A turnover. Only the 7th on the Rough Riders, and a foul is called as Brady was trying to get the ball back out of the hands of Briggs. And that is Brady's first foul. And the 18th foul on the Rough Riders, so 1-on-1 free throws coming here. Keisha Briggs is at the line shooting 1-on-1. Briggs has scored 2 points already in this game. First free throw on the way, off the back iron, but goes through. It went up in the air above the backboard and finally came down. Everybody jumped around expecting the ball to carom off the rim, but it went up and through the basket anyway, so one more coming for Briggs. Dribbles the ball. Shots on the way. This one's short. And ball pulled down by the Lady Rough Riders. 16 seconds left in the first half. Here's Walters across midcourt. Now with 12 seconds left. Walters still with it. Picks it up. Throws to Jackson. Does she know how much time's left? 6 seconds left. Here's Brady. A desperation 3. Banks it in. Wow. What a shot from Ashley Brady. And that's the end of the first half. And what an exclamation point for the Lady Rough Riders as they lead this game 33-22 at halftime. Halftime winding down here at Roosevelt High School, where your halftime score is 33-22. The Rough Riders leading the Senators. And as we get underway here, somebody throws a volleyball out into the floor. Somebody from the stands comes out to retrieve it. and crisis has been averted. All right, the Senators have the ball to begin the second half. Thompson will throw it in right in front of me. Thompson has it. Bounces it into Kawapalu. I'm sorry, that is Kawamoto. Kawamoto has it between the rings. Kawamoto picks it up. Thompson driving on the near side, going up against Brady. Now, here corner three from Fartoon Osmond. Missed everything wide to the right. And the rebound to Green of the Rough Riders. And she comes into the front court. Green has it. Green takes a pick from Walters, still with the ball. Green dumps the ball down low into Walters to the basket. Her shot blocked by Kawapalu. And she bounces the ball out of bounds to the Rough Riders on a turnover. The 16th turnover on the Senators. And Walters will throw it in for Roosevelt with 7:28 left third quarter. Walters bounces it in to Green. Green has it. Picks it up in front of her bench. Now to Walters. Foul line jumper around and in. Natalie Walters with 8 points. 35-22 as the Rough Riders score the first 2 points of the second half. And they lead. Here's Kawapalu. Throws behind her to Kawamoto. Back to Kawapalu. Her foul line jumper is off the mark. Missed it wide to the left. Hit the backboard. No rim. And the rebound to Green. Rough Riders have the ball. Green shouted something that seemed to be funny to her teammate Strandberg. She's laughing. The ball now into the hands of Sipoloa. Driving to the basket. Takes a pick from Strandberg and now throws to Brady. Up top, Walters to Green. Green steps into a three. Missed it short. Rebound taken down by the Rough Riders. Here is Walters with it. Natalie throws it to Green. Cut into the basket. Her hook shot blocked by Osmond. Ball loose on the floor and dug out again by the Rough Riders. This is their fourth look at offense on this possession. Wow. And they will reset with Sipoloa controlling between the rings, dribbling with the right hand. Now she tries to cross over. Ball poked loose, and Whitmore has it. Tip steal. Whitmore for the Senators throws behind her to Osmond. It's only the 8th turnover on the Rough Riders. Here's Kawamoto. Now underneath into Kawapalu. Her floater is up and short. Rebound taken down and loose on the floor. Dug out by the Rough Riders. As Walters gets it across midcourt, nearly loses the ball, is able to track it down. Bounces a pass behind her to Green and out of bounds to the Senators. That is the 9th turnover on the Rough Riders. And coming into the game for Madison is Keisha Briggs. Played a number of good minutes in that first half. She's coming in for Kawapalu. Kawapalu is playing with 3 fouls. Here's Thompson with the ball. Thompson bounces a pass underneath into Whitmore. She lays it up too hard. And the rebound taken down, and it's taken down by Walters, and contact is made there. I think Whitmore is going to get hit with that foul. And that is her foul. Whitmore's second. First foul of the half on either side, and it goes against the Senators. Whitmore and Walters guarding each other, and they both wear the number 10, interestingly enough. So here's the inbounds play, as Walters will bring it into the front court. Gets around Briggs. Walters finds an opening to the basket, picks it up, and traveled with the basketball. Kind of lost alertness of where she was. It's the 10th turnover on the Rough Riders. 35-22. Roosevelt leading Madison. Here's Thompson to the basket. Lays it up. Doesn't go, but draws the foul. Thompson will go to the line to shoot 2. That foul is on Walters. That's her third. Or apparently her second. I had that as her third. Okay. It's the first foul of the half on Roosevelt, and the first free throw's up and good for Thompson. Gives her 4 points. And the first point of the second half for the Senators. One more free throw coming here. That one's perfect as well. Thompson with 5, 35-24. Roosevelt leading Madison. Here's Sipoloa with it on the far side. Sipoloa driving. Now she kicks it out. Here's Brady driving the baseline. Puts up a wild shot to no one in particular. Couldn't tell if that was a pass. Looked like a shot, so we'll leave it as such. And the rebound taken down by the Senators. Here comes Thompson trying to reverse it in the lane. Just loses the ball, but goes into the hands of Briggs. Squares up, puts up a shot. That doesn't go, and Green the rebound. Foul called, and I think it's going to go on Briggs. If so, it'll be her first.
Madison foul number 22.
It is on Briggs. That's her first, and the second team foul of the half on the Senators. Walters will throw it in. Walters throws to Brady. Going up against some full court pressure. Brady's able to break it. Gets it into the front court. Shovels the pass behind her to Green. Green still with it, dribbling with the right hand. She takes a pick from Walters. Bounces a pass far corner. Trying to find Cipoloa, who couldn't track it down, and it goes out of bounds off her hands. That's the 11th turnover on the Rough Riders. And Roosevelt's head coach, Nike Green, has seen enough. Too many turnovers to begin this second half, and she's going to burn a full timeout. We will go ahead and take a break ourselves. With 4:37 left in the third quarter, the Roosevelt Rough Riders lead 35-24 over the Madison Senators. Back after this on AM 1450, KBPS.
Have you ever lost a cat? And have you ever wanted to get your cat back after you lost it? I'm Andrew Hoffman. I invented the Lost Cat Magnet. Just turn it on, and lost cats stick to it. Just listen to one satisfied cat. That's proof. You should invent stuff too. But remember, don't do a Lost Cat Magnet.
Anything's possible. Keep thinking. Get started on your own inventions or just play some games at inventnow.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, the National Inventors Hall of Fame Foundation, and the Ad Council.
$35-24 is your score. About halfway through the third quarter with the Roosevelt Rough Riders leading the Madison Senators with 4:37 left third quarter. Madison now with 2 full timeouts and 2 30s. Roosevelt has the same number of timeouts left. Here is Fartoon Osmond. 3 is up and good from the far corner. Fartoon Osmond hits a big shot there. It brings her team to within 8 at 35-27. She's the game's leading scorer with 13 points. Green has it in the front court for the Rough Riders. Green, daughter of head coach Nike Green, throws it to Brady. Now here is Cipoloa with it. Picks it up, throws to Brady, playing between the rings. Cipoloa and Brady both have braided long hair. Here is Cipoloa with it. Now she throws it to Green. Green, standing between the rings, takes a pick from Strandberg. Now here's a baseline shot blocked by Osmond. It was Brady taking the shot. Rebound to the Senators. Outlet pass ahead. Whitmore steps back, gets the ball, tries to lay it up, and just loses it off of her hip and out of bounds. That is the 17th turnover on the Senators. I think Whitmore was expected to be bailed out by the officials there, but the call never came. And so the Rough Riders have the ball back. And the ball is poked out of bounds. No, it just goes straight out of bounds off of the hands of Cipoloa. That is a turnover. And into the game now for Roosevelt is Ada Jackson. She comes in for Cipoloa, sits down having not scored, having committed 2 fouls. Here's Kawamoto to Osmond on the far side, back to Thompson, who inbounded the ball. Thompson near side pass, Whitmore, 3 on the way, missed everything, an air ball. Green gets the rebound for the Rough Riders, and she brings it across midcourt with 3:20 left in the third quarter of play. Here's a long 2 up and in for Natalie Walters. Second player of the game to double digits as she's got 10. 37-27 is your score. Roosevelt leading Madison. Madison has the ball, though. Here's Briggs with it. Briggs now throws it to Osmond, standing very dangerously close to going out of bounds. Now she throws it to Briggs, who has to jump high to get the ball. To Thompson. Stops in the lane. Picks it up. Needs help with the jump stop. Throws to Kawamoto behind her. Kawamoto driving. Show and go to the basket. Lays it up. Doesn't go. And the rebound to the Rough Riders. Here comes Green in the front court. Green with the ball. Thought about a 3. Now she throws it to Brady for 3. It's off the mark, but the rebound underneath, laid up and in by Strandberg, and she hits the shot and draws the foul. And Livia Strandberg will have a chance at the 3-point play the old-fashioned way. Thompson arguing with the official about that call. Fouls on Briggs. That's her second.
Madison foul number 22, Keisha Briggs, her second, 13th foul.
So Livia Strandberg looking for point number 10. With a made free throw here. It's a 12-point lead now. Free throw on the way. Make it a 13-point lead. 10 points for her. 40-27. Roosevelt leading Madison. with it with 2:30 left in the third quarter. Thompson throws to Kawamoto. Kawamoto throws to Thompson. Thompson driving down the lane, puts up a floater, doesn't go, but she draws the foul. 2 shots coming for her, and that's what Madison's really going to need to do to get back into this game. That foul is on Ada Jackson. That is her first, and the second team foul on Roosevelt. Thompson at the line. First one on the way is good. Into the game for Madison comes Alaska Portis. She played in earlier, did not score. She comes in for Layla Whitmore. Scored for the Senators' first 4 points and hasn't scored since. Second free throw on the way for Thompson. That one's misses off to the right. And the rebound taken down by the by the Rough Riders. That rebound was taken down by Jackson, who got confused, thought that she was shooting at this end of the floor, went up to take the shot, realized her mistake midair, didn't shoot the ball, but traveled because of it. And that is the 13th turnover. Here's a baseline jumper from Thompson. It's short. Rebound taken down by Briggs. And the Senators have another shot as the ball is poked out of bounds by Strandberg. And Thompson will inbound on the near side of the floor. Thompson throws it to Kawamoto. Thought about a 3. Instead, she'll pull back. Kawamoto picks it up. Throws to Thompson. Thompson dishes the ball to Portis. Under the basket she goes. Lays it up, doesn't fall. Rebound loose on the floor. Jackson gets it. Nope. Let's see. Foul on the floor. And that foul is going to be on, let's see, Fartun Osman. That's her. I have that as her second. Wait a second here. That foul is on Ada Jackson. That's her second. That is the third team foul. With 1 minute and 54 seconds left third quarter, it's a 12-point lead for the Rough Riders at 40-28. They lead the Madison Senators. Strandberg takes a seat here, and into the game now for the Rough Riders is Eaglestaff. Here's a 3 on the way from Thompson. Missed it long, but the high arcing rebound gets into the hands of the Rough Riders. Kawamoto tries a 3, missed that one long as well. Osmond the rebound for the Senators. She throws it to Kawamoto, driving down the lane. Her shot blocked by any number of one of a number of Lady Rough Riders, and then on the rebound, a foul is called. And again, I can't see what the officials are calling from where I'm sitting. That foul is on Daphne Kawamoto. That's her third. Fourth team foul on the Senators. Or not. Okay, it's Keisha Briggs. That's her third. Here is the ball just simply dribbled out of bounds as Brady was driving up the floor. And now the Rough Riders are committing the turnovers left and right. They are up to 14 for the game. Madison has yet to capitalize, though. They still are trailing by double digits, 40-28. Here's Kawamoto, throws to Thompson near side. Thompson with the left-handed dribble. Now she switches to the right. Pulls back, being guarded loosely by Walters. Picks up the ball, throws to Osmond. Osmond drives the baseline, picks it up. She loses the ball, taken away by Green. And here come the Lady Rough Riders the other way. Green picks up the dribble. She's double-teamed near the corner, mid-court. Bounces it to Brady, who finds an opening to the basket. He has the ball poked out of her hands by Kawamoto. Ball will stay with the Rough Riders with 1 minute and 1 second left here in the third quarter. 40-28 is your score. Here's a quick inbounds. Eaglestaff up top to Brady for 3. Ashley Brady is now in double digits with 10. Oh, they call that a 2-point basket. Okay, so that gives her 9 points, 42-28. And a foul called as Thompson was driving. And that foul is on Natasha Green. That's her second.
Fourth team foul.
Here's Thompson inbounding the ball, far side, right in front of her bench. Thompson picks it up, throws it into Osmond for a long two on the baseline. That's no good. The rebound, Jackson can't dig it out. Players come together. Osmond gets the ball, lays it up, doesn't go, but draws the foul. With 36 seconds left, it'll be the 15th foul on the Rough Riders, and the foul's on Eaglestaff. That's her third.
Roosevelt foul number 12 for Eaglestaff, her third, 15th foul.
First free throw is short for Osmond. Green's going to take a seat here for Roosevelt, and coming into the game is Jenny Cipollova. Second free throw is short as well, missed exactly the same way. Rebound taken down by the Rough Riders. Jackson can't corral it, ball out of bounds. It'll go back to the Senators. Again, that official is really perplexing me about how he's signaling when the ball goes out of bounds. My goodness. 15th turnover on the Rough Riders. Here's Thompson. Thompson directing traffic. Now she lobs the ball in, and it's tracked down by Briggs. She was trying to find Kawamoto under the basket. Here's Whitmore, lays it up and in off the glass. Or that's Zalesca Portis, her first 2 points. 42-30 is the score. With 15 seconds left, third quarter. Shot, foul. Cipollova going to the basket, drew the contact there. The foul is on Fartun Osmond. That's her second. 42-30 is your score. The Rough Riders lead the Senators.
Jenny Cipollova, shooting 2.
So far in this quarter, as the first free throw is on the way and good for Cipollova, her first point. Both teams are playing pretty even keel. Roosevelt scored 10 points so far in the quarter. Madison scored 8. They're trading baskets, but the problem is the second free throw is short. And the rebound to the Senators. The problem for Madison is that they're past the point of trading baskets. 8 seconds left. 3 is no good for Osmond. Gets the rebound back with 4 seconds to work with. Puts up a wild shot, doesn't go, but draws a foul. Osmond will go to the line to shoot 2 with 3 seconds left in the quarter. That foul is on Eaglestaff. That's her fourth. And she's going to take a seat here, I'm sure. And they might just leave her in for the quarter break. 3 seconds left in the quarter. Osmond's first free throw rattles around and in. One more here coming for her. That free throw on the way is short. Rebound loose on the floor, dug out by the Lady Rough Riders, and that's the end of the third quarter where your score. After 3, 43-31, Roosevelt leading Madison. Back with the fourth quarter of action after this on AM 1450 KBPS. Riders have the ball to begin the fourth period. Here's Brady in the front court. Her team leading 43-31. Roosevelt outscored Madison 10-9 in that third quarter. There's Cipollova taking a foul line jumper short. The rebound to Thompson of the Senators, and she comes into the front court, head of steam, lays it up, hit the bottom of the rim, and the rebound out of bounds to the Senators, and they'll keep the ball on their half of the floor. Here's a quick substitution now. Green comes back into the game. She's going to come in for Cipollova. Sits down having scored 1 point. Here is the Senators on the attack. Thompson, a left elbow jumper is long. Rebound taken down by the Lady Rough Riders. And Strandberg brings it into the front court, throws to Brady. Brady picks it up, throws to Green. Green with the ball, standing near midcourt. One-stop dribble. Throws to Walters, driving down the lane. Walters throws behind her to Strandberg and travels with the basketball while throwing the pass. That is the 16th turnover on the Roosevelt Rough Riders. And the ball will be inbounded in front of the Roosevelt bench by Tamara Thompson of the Senators. 7:13 left in the game. If Madison's going to make a run, they got to get going. 2 shots coming for Thompson as she was driving to the basket, drew a foul. Heard the whistle blow, threw the ball up. That foul is on Green. That's her 3rd. And that is the 7th team foul on the Rough Riders. So free throws coming for every foul here that the Senators can draw, and that may play a factor here if they do make a comeback. First free throw is up and good for Tamara Thompson. If you can score with the clock stopped, that can do wonders for a comeback effort. One more here will make it a 10-point game if she hits. Second free throw on the way is perfect. 43-33 is your score. Roosevelt leading Madison. Since the first quarter, it's pretty much been all Roosevelt. Here's Green with the ball for the Lady Rough Riders. Drives, puts up a floater from the baseline. That doesn't go. Thompson the rebound for the Senators. And looky here, a basket here makes it a 8-point game. Goes to the basket, lays it up too hard, but a foul called. And Thompson will again go to the line to shoot 2. She's keeping her team in this game. The foul is on Strandberg. That's her 2nd. 8th foul. I'm sorry, they call that foul on Ashley Brady. Brady wears the number 15. Strandberg wears the number 5. Again, it's difficult to see from where I'm sitting. First free throw on the way is perfect for Thompson. Thompson standing on the right side of the floor as I see it here. Just takes her 2nd free throw and hits. She's up to 10 points. It's an 8-point lead now. Coming into this quarter, it was a 12-point lead for the Rough Riders. The Senators have scored the first 4 points to begin the period. Here's a long 3 on the way from Brady. Air ball, missed everything. Rebound underneath, taken down by Strandberg. Her shot doesn't go. Ball goes out of bounds. And it'll stay with the Rough Riders. Here's Walters to inbound. Walters throws it away, and the Senators steal. Kawamoto runs a 3-man weave with Osmond. She loses the ball. Intercepted by Green. And a foul called as Green was heading into the front court. It'll be, I think, on Kawamoto. It is. That's her 3rd. And the 16th foul on the Senators. Brady will inbound for the Rough Riders in the backcourt, going against a full-court press. They get it into Green. Green being guarded by Osmond. Still in the backcourt, gets it across the half-court stripe. Green has the ball nearly taken out of her hands by Osmond. She picks it up. She's looking to dish. Throws it over to Strandberg, driving the baseline. Puts up a shot under the hoop and scores. That's a big shot. It ends the run that the Senators were on, and it restores a 10-point lead. But here comes Kawamoto. Her shot blocked by Jackson, and Walters brings it into the front court for the Rough Riders. Walters has the ball poked out of her hands. Loose on the floor. A jump ball is called, and the ball goes back to the Senators. And we will call that a turnover on the Rough Riders since they had possession before the jump ball took place. And Madison's going to burn a timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. So we came into this quarter with our score 43-31, Roosevelt leading Madison, and then Madison scored the quarter's first 4 points, and they got to within 8. But Roosevelt ended that 4-0 run by hitting a bucket moments ago and restored a 10-point lead. Still here in this fourth quarter, Madison has been showing a lot more life, and they've been playing better basketball for the past couple of minutes. The problem is they might just not have quite enough time. 45-35 is your score. It's a 10-point lead for the Rough Riders with 5:42 left in the game. Not an impossible. Here's an inbounds pass. Tipped away, stolen Brady to the basket, lays it in by herself. Thompson was sloppy when she threw the ball in. And a traveling violation called on Osmond after she got the inbounds pass. Brady stepped in front of her, and she stepped without putting the ball on the floor. Madison's up to 20 turnovers in the game. 47-35. It's back up to a 12-point lead for the Rough Riders. Jackson with it. Jackson throws to Brady. Brady takes a pick from Jackson, picks it up, throws it behind her to Strandberg, loose on the floor. She falls to the deck, hands it off to Jackson. Here's a three on the way from Walters, no good. Gets the rebound back, puts up a wild hook shot. That doesn't fall. Ball loose out of bounds to the Rough Riders. Went off the hands of Osmond. Fartoon getting her hands in there. Green will inbound underneath her own basket. 5:10 left in the game. Roosevelt will be wise to use a bit of clock here. Green tries to bounce it in. It goes off of the foot of Keisha Briggs. Back into the game for Madison is Kavapalu. Helen returns, having committed 3 fouls in that first half, as you recall, perhaps. She comes in for Keisha Briggs, who sits down having scored 3 points. Green to inbound, again under her own basket. Green bounces a pass, a bad pass into Brady, but she's able to track it down anyways. But after she tracks it down, she stepped on the sideline and turns it over. That is the 19th turnover on the Rough Riders. Madison doing a much better job of taking care of the ball in this second half, but they have been unable to capitalize on that. Here comes Kawamoto. Bounces a pass to Kavapalu under the basket. She's able to lay it up. Doesn't go. Jackson the rebound for the Rough Riders. Still in the backcourt. She needs help. She hands the ball off to Brady, who brings it across midcourt, being guarded by Kawamoto to Green, near side. Green driving on Kavapalu. Green takes a pick from Jackson. Far side pass to Walters. Back up top, Green. Playing between the rings. Going against the Madison 2-3 zone. Bounce it into Jackson. She's backing her defender down. Up top. Now here is Brady trying to drive. Finds an opening. Throws a wild shot. That doesn't fall. The rebound to the Senators. Kawamoto can't corral the pass, and it goes out of bounds. 21st turnover on the Senators. 4:21 left in the game, and the Rough Riders lead 47-35. Roosevelt's going to burn a 30-second timeout. So now both sides have 2 fulls and a 30 remaining. With 4:21 left in the game, Roosevelt leads again by 12, which was our deficit, or our difference in points coming into this quarter. 47-35 is your current score. You know, it was really that second quarter that did Madison in when they were outscored 21-12. Since that point, and even before that point, they pretty much played even with the Senators, or with the Rough Riders, but they just have been unable to make up that lost ground from that second quarter. Sometimes comebacks can be difficult in basketball. There's a quick inbounds into Green. Green tries to throw it to Brady, and Brady can't handle the pass, and it goes out of bounds. And that'll be the 20th turnover on the Rough Riders. Green tried to sneak in there and take the ball, but official was wiser than that. Inbounds pass poked out of bounds by Brady, and Madison will now inbound on the baseline in the backcourt. They get into Kawamoto. Kawamoto across midcourt. Carried the basketball. She put that in a reusable grocery bag and carried it along. That is turnover 22 on the Senators. Walters throws it in to Jackson. Gets it across midcourt. Jackson going up against Kavapalu. Throws behind her to Brady. Brady drives. Now throws it over to Strandberg. Up top to Green. Green back to Brady. Near side of the floor. Brady, one-stop dribble. Throws to Strandberg. Driving around the perimeter to Green. Along 2. No, they call it a 3. Doesn't go anyways. Rebound out of bounds to the Rough Riders. Ball went off the hands of Kavapalu. And it stays with Roosevelt. They lead 47-35. 3:49 left here in the fourth quarter. Looking more and more like the Rough Riders are going to get a victory here. Here's the inbounds to Green. With this victory, Madison would improve to 3-2 in league play, and they would end, Roosevelt would improve to 3-2 in league play, and they'd end a 3-game losing streak. Here's Jackson with it. Jackson throws behind her to Green. Green far side pass to Brady. Brady drives down the lane, picks it up, hands off behind her to Jackson, and now Roosevelt is using the clock. They're trying to run that clock down as far as they can. Here's Brady, bounces a pass to Jackson, but Jackson wasn't there for it, and it goes out of bounds. Right into the stands. Roosevelt's up to 21 turnovers. But the important thing there is that Roosevelt was able to run a lot of clock. We're down to 3:18 left in the game. It's a 12-point lead. Here's a three on the way from Osmond. It's short, another air ball. I'll tell you what about Osmond. She takes a lot of shots, and she's not shy about doing so. The rebound to the Rough Riders, and they're going to again start to use that clock. 3 minutes left in the game. They lead by 12. Green picks it up, being guarded closely by Osmond. Osmond trying to force the issue. Hands off to Jackson. Jackson takes a pick from Green, picks it up, now throws to Green, standing behind her. Green going up against Osmond. Green between the legs dribble. She drives, takes a pick from Jackson, throws behind her to Brady. Brady fakes the three, picks it up, throws it, tipped away, stolen. Here comes Thompson to the basket by herself, lays it in. 12 points for her. 47-37. Over and back violation is called. That's another turnover on the Roosevelt Rough Riders. Brady couldn't believe the call. Happened right in front of us. And the Senators get the ball back. So Kavapalu's going to take a seat into the game for the Senators. Comes Leah Whitmore. Again, she scored the game's first 4 points. Here's Thompson with it. Now, here's a three on the way from Osmond. Around and off. But the rebound taken down by the Senators. They kick it up top to Thompson. Three here would be huge. Goes to the basket, lays it up, doesn't go. Tries it again. Gets the shot blocked by Green underneath. And Green comes the other way. Head of steam into the front court of the sideline. Used the elbow to create a bit of space. And she now resets between the rings. Down to 2 minutes left for the game. Here's Walters. She wasn't expecting the pass. Went through her shoulders. And off of her, that's a turnover. Bounce pass ahead. Osmond lays it up, doesn't go. Thompson collects the mess. Puts it up, doesn't go, but 2 free throws coming for her. It's a 10-point game with 1:48 left in the contest. And that foul is going to be on Jackson. That's her third. It's the 19th foul. 2 foul shots coming anyways for Thompson. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's a 10-point lead for the Rough Riders. First free throw on the way, around and in. Hit the lip of the rim before finally deciding to go down. 1:48 left in the game. Madison's going to have to stage an impressive comeback if they want to get back into this game. Second free throw is long off the back iron, but the rebound is loose on the floor. Saved out of bounds, too. Again, the official doesn't seem to point to where he's calling it. It's going to stay with the Rough Riders. 30-second timeout called by Madison. That's a 30. So now they're left with 2 fouls for the rest of the game. Roosevelt has 2 fouls and a 30. So, at this point, Madison is going to need to show some full court pressure, hope for a steal, because if they get the ball back and hit a shot here, suddenly you're looking at a 7-point game. As it stands right now, 47-38 is your score, with 1:43 left in the game. The Roosevelt Rough Riders leading the Madison Senators. And the second quarter is really what did in the Madison Senators, where they were outscored 21-12. They have not recovered. In the first quarter, they were outscored only 12-10, and then they were outscored 10-9 in the third quarter. It's the second quarter that's been the difference. Here's a quick inbounds outlet pass to Strandberg to the basket, lays it up and in. And that might be the big cushion that the Rough Riders needed. It's now an 11-point lead. 49-38. Here's a outlet pass. Jackson dove for it and nearly stole it. Goes out of bounds off of her. Nice hustle, and you hear the crowd give her a round of applause for that. Here's Osmond with the ball. They need to start taking threes. Here is Whitmore. Three on the way is good. From the far corner. Or they call it a two. Okay. Gives her 6 points. Here's a wild floater up and no good for Brady. The rebound underneath the basket from Walters. Her shot doesn't fall. Thompson the rebound. Bounces a pass around her defender to Kawamoto. Has her pocket picked clean. Here's Brady with it. Going to the basket. A foul called. Foul's going to be on Thompson. It'll be 1-on-1 free throws coming for Brady. I'm sorry, they call a foul on Kawamoto. That's her fourth.
Ashley Brady shooting 1-1.
So Brady's at the line to shoot 1-on-1. First free throw is rounded in. One more coming for her. That free throw was a bit of a kind of straight line shot. Didn't have a lot of arc on it. It's now a 10-point lead again. Second free throw is up and good. An 11-point lead for the Rough Riders with 1 minute to go in the game. Thompson has it. And Roosevelt is going to end their 3-game losing streak. Thompson fakes the three. Far side pass. Whitmore takes a three. It's short. And the rebound to Strandberg, and she fumbles it. It's loose on the floor. She's able to get it. Strandberg now throws it to Walters. Walters up top to Green. Green draws the foul. Thompson collided with her and commits her third foul. It's the 8th team foul on the Senators. So Green at the line shooting 1-on-1 with 35 seconds left in the game. So Madison, who had been winners of 3 of their last 4, this is the first free throw is no good. The rebound's loose on the floor, dug out by Madison. Kawamoto, outlet pass ahead to Osmond. Osmond throws to a cutting Whitmore. She is fouled while shooting, so 2 free throws coming. It's the double bonus anyway, but she was fouled in the act of shooting. That foul is on Walters. That's her third. And it's a 10-team foul. With 28 seconds left in the game. Whitmore is at the line. First free throw is up and good. With the loss, Madison will drop to 8-7 overall. Second free throw is up and short. And the rebound taken down by Roosevelt and a foul called. As Jackson drew contact, she's going to go to the line to shoot 1-on-1 on the 19th foul of Madison, and that foul is on Alaska Portis. Roosevelt will improve to 6-11 overall with the victory. 26 seconds left in the game. First free throw is up, around and off for Jackson, and the ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Rough Riders. You're listening to AM 1450 KBPS Portland. 24 seconds left here in the game. And it's all elementary. All that's in doubt is the final score. Inbounds pass tipped away, stolen. Here comes Thompson into the front court, lays it up a little too hard. Rebound, Osmond gets it, puts it up and in off the glass. That was the 25th turnover on the Rough Riders. 11 seconds left in the game. 51-43 is your score. And a tip steal. Okay. Another turnover. Here comes Madison on the attack with 10 seconds left. Here's Osmond. Throws it to Whitmore. Whitmore pump fakes. Long two is short. Rebound underneath taken down by Portis. With 3 seconds left in the game, she's fouled and will shoot 2 free throws. And then this game will be over. Call that foul on Strandberg. Or Ada Jackson, excuse me. That's her fourth. So Alaska Portis is at the line to shoot 2. First free throw on the way is good. 51-44. Not enough time left for it to make a difference, though. Second free throw is up and short. And the rebound loose in the corner. And that is the end of the ball game. Your final score, 51, 51-44. Roosevelt ends their 3-game losing streak, and they improve to 3-2 in league play. We'll be back with our post-game show coming up after this. You're listening to the voice of the Portland Public Schools, where your final score tonight, Roosevelt defeats Madison 51-44. Back after this on AM 1450, KBPS. Roosevelt ends their 3-game losing streak, defeating the Madison Senators 51-44. And in this game, it was really just one quarter that made the big difference. After one quarter of play, Roosevelt led Madison 12-10, and a quarter that really saw Madison controlling the tempo for about 90% of it. Roosevelt took a 2-point lead, though, into the second quarter, where they outscored Madison 21-12, and that was the big difference in this game. As in the at halftime, your halftime score was 33-22. And then Roosevelt outscored Madison again 10-9 in that third quarter. But again, they were trading baskets at that point, and Madison was in a hole that was just a little bit too deep for them to dig themselves out of. In the fourth quarter, Madison outscored Roosevelt 13-8. 5-point turnaround. The problem is that they went into the quarter down by 10, and they lose the game by a final score of 51-44. Turnovers were a big problem for the Senators in the first half. And then Roosevelt was able to catch up with them. In the first half, Madison had 15 turnovers versus Roosevelt's 7. And Madison ends up doing a much better job taking care of the ball in the second half. And Roosevelt was afflicted with the turnover bug. Roosevelt ends the game with 26 turnovers. Madison, meanwhile, with 23. But again, it was that second quarter cushion that made the difference. And Roosevelt was able to survive the turnover barrage. In this game, the Senators were led in scoring by Fartun Osmond. She was the game's leading scorer with 16 points. 13 points for Tamara Thompson, who really came on strong in the second half and led the charge to try to get back in this game, but Madison was unable to get any closer than our final margin, which was 51-44. 7 points for Leah Whitmore, and then 3 points apiece for Elise Portis and Keisha Briggs. 2 points for Helen Kavapalu, and playing and not scoring for the Senators was Daphne Kawamoto. The Rough Riders were led in scoring by Livia Strenberg and Ashley Brady. They both had 14 points. 10 points for Natalie Walters. 7 points for Natasha Green. 5 points for Ada Jackson. A single point apiece for Jenny Cipollua, Tori Eaglestaff, and playing and not scoring for the Rough Riders was Ellie McGuire. That's going to do it for our coverage this evening. Again, thank you for listening. We invite you to join us again on Friday when we'll have more basketball. This time we'll be checking out what the boys are doing. Until then, I want to send our thanks out to our studio engineer and board operator this evening, Emily Walker. I'm Dylan Berichon. Pleased that you have joined us for the contest this evening, and we'll see you on Friday. Once again, final score, Roosevelt defeats Madison 51-44 from Roosevelt High School. We'll see you on Friday here on the voice of the Portland Public Schools, AM 1450 KBPS.
You've been listening to Live PIL Basketball. The preceding broadcast was a sports presentation of AM 1450 KBPS.